Welcome back, Shalligators. Super gross topic today. OnlyFans creator Annie Knight boned 583 men in a 6-hour period. Okay, I have been trying to avoid these people, Annie Knight, Bonnie Blue, these OnlyFans girls who are doing these like insane viral sexual stunts. Bonnie Blue had sex with over 1,000 men in a 12-hour period. We need to just discuss this because I thought these were like one-off events. Well, more like 1,057 off. Do you know what I mean? I thought maybe this was just like a one and done, 1,000 and done situation, but no, apparently these people are going to keep doing this, and them and that guy over there and anyone who crosses their fucking path. We need to discuss this because is this, as they claim, sexual empowerment? Is that what this is? Are we all just so uptight? Or worse, as these women say, are we, the horrified masses of relatively normal women, are we actually just jealous? Yes, that's what Annie Knight says, that anyone who is against these stunts is in fact jealous. No, the fuck we are not, girl. No, the fuck we are not. We are feeling a lot of types of ways about this, though, I think, as women. And by the way, just a reminder, all of us here are pretty darn into sex. Okay? We love boys, we love sex, we love having sex with boys. Sometimes if there's a girl involved, maybe there's two guys. We're not like the prude channel, are we? No. And yet, when I asked you guys on my Instagram, I did a poll. What do you think about this? Is this like horrific, sad, not empowering at all? Or is this like, cool, fine, good for her, empowerment? Out of the 7,000 something people who viewed the story, like as of, it hadn't even been up for 24 hours, two people voted, yeah, this is fine. It was 99% to 1. I thought maybe it was gonna be like 70-30. No. The only reason it's not 100 is because 2 lone people were like, no, this is chill. And I still believe those people maybe just clicked wrong, but maybe not. We're gonna break this down. We're gonna talk about what sexual empowerment actually is and why these stunts ain't it. But before we get started, just want to remind you guys 2 things. We've got some trips coming up. We've got 1 spot left, I think. We might even be sold out for my French Riviera trip to Nice, Cannes, and Monaco this September. And we've got a few spots left for my Italy trip to Rome, Florence, and Tuscany this November. It's a beautiful time to go during the year. I have done this trip before. I know everything there is to know about where we're going, what we're going to be seeing. We're going to the Vatican. We're going to Florence. We're seeing the Medici castles. Incredible art, amazing food, amazing vibes, best friend time. It's just going to be a great time to turn your brain off and relax. But if you want a little brain stimulation, follow my Substack. Yes, you guys, I have a Substack. It's free. It's called Eat, Pray, Love. And if you follow me on Instagram, I try to post some like quotes to like get your Machiavellian mojo going. I expound on these things and talk a little bit more into strategy and psychology on my Eat, Pray, Love. I also just rant about people I don't like. If you need some people you do like, come and join us in the Shallontrage. And coming soon in the Shallontrage, I am going to do a full course on friendship breakups. I've actually got a video coming up on Taylor Swift and Blake Lively. We're going to pick that thread back up because that text message thing, right? I'm going to be coming out with an ebook for you guys for free on friendship breakups, and following that, a big course in the Shallontrage that really just breaks it all down, because there's nothing out there to guide you through a friend breakup, and yet we all go through it. So listen, who but me is qualified? If not me, then who? Okay. You got a lot of ways to connect. You got a lot of ways to feel better about yourself. And if you really need to feel better about yourself, keep watching this video, because what the fuck are these girls doing, dude? If you've ever sat around and be like, oof, I've been a little bit of a whore this winter. No, you know what? You haven't. No, you haven't. Let's first of all define some terms. Let's lay some ground rules before we talk about Annie Knight and Bonnie Blue. Let me say up front, do whatever you want with your pussy, man. Like literally do whatever you want. You know, I don't care. I am not anti-sex work. When people are like, sex work is work. I know that. The reason job is in the title blowjob is because it is in fact work. If you're in the Shallontrage, you have watched my 13 video series on how to hook up, like step by step what to do. I guess you could consider that sex work. It's not like vulgar. It's like there's no like other body parts involved or not even like toys. It's like I'm telling you things. I guess, yeah, like you could consider that. Sex is work and sex is a lot of fun. And I think that if you're having fun doing it, great. If you're making money doing it, amazing. It's like any other job. Yeah, there's upsides and downsides. I will say though, I think this is not an incendiary statement. The downsides to sex work are probably more hardcore and emotionally traumatic than the downsides of, say, working in HR. It's gonna hit you in a different way. It's poisoning something that you should love, which is sex and love and men, right? It's like working at Disneyland. You go there and you're like, I wanna live here, I wanna work here. And then you talk to people who actually did work at Disneyland and they're like, it's hell on earth. And it ruins something that you really liked to do. So let's get into this. So Annie Knight is 26. She's known as Australia's most sexually active woman. I guess it's not PC to say Australia's biggest slut because I'm sure that's what people want to call her. I have like conflicting views on the word slut. On one hand, it's like, hey, it just means you're really good at one particular thing. I love this for you, right? I think it's fun to be like, go be a slut, do whatever you want. But to me, like when you call a girl, it's like, she's a fucking slut. To me, it's not about how many people she slept with. It's about why she's sleeping with people. Is she a pick-me who's throwing herself at any girl's boyfriend? Who's acting like, ha ha, I'm one of the guys. I'll suck your dick as soon as your girlfriend leaves the room. That's a slut. That's a slut. It's not about numbers. It is not about body count. It's about motivation. It's about motivation. And you know what? I would love for those girls to see the light and be like, you actually have a lot of value beyond just like, yeah, pussy, but you don't believe that, so the world is going to treat you accordingly. The world's going to treat you accordingly. Because yeah, you're sucking every guy's dick when his girlfriend leaves. So yeah, other girls are going to hate you. And then you're going to perpetuate this self-myth of like, I don't know, I just don't get along with girls. Can you not understand why? You're not a trustworthy woman. You're a pick-me in the most extreme sense. Back to Annie. Anyway, she recently did this viral thing. I don't know if she filmed it. I would assume that she did and like put it on her OnlyFans because what the fuck else is the point? Where she had sex with 583 guys over the course of 6 hours. Okay. She was imitating a different OnlyFans creator named Bonnie Blue. That's her porn name, obviously, who looks like this. How old do you think this person is? I literally looked at her. I'm like, she's older than me. She's got to be older than me. Is she like MILF? Whatever. She's 26 also. She had sex with 1,057 men in 12 hours. I guess the lesson here is when you run 500 miles of cock through someone, it ages them. I said what I said. I don't care if this video gets demonetized. I don't care about anything anymore. This is not great. Okay, so Annie Knight pulled this stunt and she was like, everyone was safe. I asked everyone to wear a condom. Let's define the term everyone. Who were these people? These men, right? Who were these men? They, according to her, came from all corners, just all over the place. Trains, planes, and automobiles had them jetting on over. It is important to note that she wasn't like fucking everyone to completion because that you can't have sex with 500 people to completion in 6 hours. I was talking to the guy I was dating. He's like, I'm going to do the math. He's like super genius. So he's like calculating how much time it would take. He's like, that's mathematically impossible. It's the kind of thing where it's like insertion and like penetration counts as sex. I think they each got like 4 pumps or something like. Why are we having these conversations? Like, if China is going to invade, they need to hurry up because we cannot be left alone. Like or if Jesus is coming back, we're ready. We're all ready, okay? So that's what the sex is. Like they don't finish, right? I'm just gonna add some like gross details here and there. Gross detail number one. So on a porn site, like a porn movie site, there's a person who acts as what is known as a fluffer. You might know what this is. A fluffer is like a junior porn star, basically almost like an intern, like they're hoping to work their way up the porn ladder. And their job is to just be blowing in the back. I don't know why I had to do that motion, I'm so sorry. But that is their job, is to like blow the male performers and keep them hard between scenes, because a floppy dick means no porn. So Annie was supposed to have a fluffer, some other OnlyFans girl, show up and be blowing dudes. Just be blowing dudes to get them ready. And she didn't show up, so Annie was doing the blowing. Needless to say, my jaw was quite sore at the end of the day. My jaw was quite sore at the end of the day because I was blowing all these guys. I was blowing all these blokes. Bloke. Do you get it? Do you guys get it? I was sucking dicks. Every which way there was a dick. 583 of them. I kept wondering if one guy would have 2 dicks, maybe. That sample size in the population, you never know what you're going to see. So let's unpack this. These men showed up and couldn't even get their dicks hard. They couldn't even get their dicks hard. She had to also do that. Did I mention this woman is engaged? I remain single. I don't know, much to think about, okay? This woman is engaged to this man. He is the son of a very famous cricketer. It's a game. Cricket's a game, I guess. It goes on for like 11 days or whatever. Like a cricket guy who's also a sports broadcaster. Like a pretty famous dude. His son is marrying this. What is happening? On one hand, what is happening? On the other hand, though, perhaps this is in fact a beautiful love story because 2 insanely demented people with completely complementary fetishes. I want to fuck everyone that I encounter. Babe, I want you to fuck everyone you encounter. I want everyone to be able to fuck my wife. That's fantastic, babe. Should we get a dog? Don't want a snake to eat it. It's Australia. These 2 freak shows found each other. Sad fact number 3, Annie ended up in the hospital due to excessive bleeding. And some people are like, well, she probably had a pre-existing condition like endometriosis. She also probably isn't meant to fuck 500 people in a day. I'm gonna posit, here's an also radical opinion. You shouldn't fuck for 6 hours if it's 1 person in a day. How about that? How about that? How about it's not the variance? It's simply the overall duration. How about that? Did you know, scientifically, that the time a man spends thrusting, like inside you, you know, I'm sorry, why do I do these things? I'm sorry. The time on average is 7 minutes. That's it, 7 minutes. That's not that the entire sexual encounter is only 7 minutes. You know, you got the foreplay, you got the but the actual, like, you aggregate the in and out, it's 7 minutes. Is that close to 6 hours? I don't know. Math isn't my strong suit. I'm just a YouTuber. Someone run the numbers and let me know. So here's what Annie had to say about it. I was always, let me get the accent, Jennifer Lopez. Do you know that accents have like an entry phrase? My friend who's an actress told me this, and she's like, to get into an Australian accent, the entry phrase is Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez. So you say that and then you're like, and people seem to get like so uptight about it. At the end of the day, these men just want to have sex. God forbid a man has sex. And I'm providing a service for free. It really upsets me when I see people coming after the guys and being so mean about the guys that showed up because I feel quite protective of them. And so when I see all these negative comments towards them, it really like upsets me. I don't understand why people have such an issue with it. These guys are just out here living life. They've just been given this opportunity and they're like, fuck it, let's just do it. They're just having some fun. I think the people that are hating are probably just jealous and their lives are really boring. I mean, the more they hate on me, the more views I get and the more money I make. They don't want to say, oh, that's so cool, good on you, because they don't want to get judged. So they're fearful of judgment. I don't care. I'm out here living my life. I'm speaking openly. I'm living my life authentically so they can keep being mad. I'm going to keep being happy. My favorite thing is when someone says something stupid in public. Because come to daddy. Come to daddy. Come on. You walked right into any little trap. I need to unpack this because this is going to segue into why the fuck this is so gross, and this is not empowerment. This is not empowering, okay? Her whole soliloquy about this and the haters, do you know who it focused on? The men. Won't someone think of the men? Won't anyone think of the men? Her whole ramble was about the men. I feel protective over the men. You're in the hospital because you had all this cock run through you, and you're protective over these people who see you as a fucking sex clown, okay? That's what you are to them. You are a pathetic thing to be used. God forbid a man wants to have sex. No one is out here saying men shouldn't have sex. That's a slippery slope fallacy, right? That's a slippery slope fallacy. You're responding to an argument no one's making, all right? I want men to have sex. Girl, I want you to have sex. What we're actually talking about, the men are a disgusting group of fucking loser incels, right? Like, obviously. That's like a given. And we don't even need to focus on the men because frankly, the bar for men is in hell. Like, of course men showed up to this. Of course men showed up to this. But it just pisses me off that she's like, won't someone think of the men? But here's the thing that really turns my stomach about what she said. And I'm providing a service for free. I'm providing a service for free. Let's unpack this. If you came to me and you're like, Shallon, I fed 600 people out of my own pocket. I didn't charge them. Yeah, I did that. I would say, well, which people? Like homeless people? Were they starving? Like they needed food? No, they could have gotten food someplace else. Yeah, they could have gotten food someplace else. Okay, well, where did you get the food? Was it like donated? No, it cost me. It came at a personal cost to me. Yeah, it came at a cost. Okay, why did you do this? Oh, well, God forbid people want to eat. You just don't want anyone to eat. You want them to starve to death. I'm not saying that. I am asking why you are giving away a product of value, something of yourself of value, for free. One of two things is happening. You either feel that this product has no value and therefore it needs to be distributed to the masses for free. Whoever wants it, you have an obligation to give it away. Give away all your money, all of the clothes that you own, all of the food in your pantry. Give until it hurts, and then give some more. You feel like that's the case, that you have no value. Your product, this thing you're giving, has so little value, it can be given away for free. Not just, hey, I have extra. I am going to go into some sort of deficit to do this. Would you tell someone, keep cooking for 600 people for free? This is empowering. This is empowering. This is how you run a business. This is how you run a life. You would look at that person and be like, I don't understand why you're doing this. Like, I don't understand what's compelling you to do something so extreme. And I also don't understand why you're telling me I'm jealous when I give you feedback saying this is not a great way to live your life. So that's scenario one. Scenario two is, so if this has value, why am I not charging for it? And why am I giving away so much of it at once? You cannot have it both ways. You cannot say, I'm an empowered female. Let me give away my body and my sexuality for free to anyone who wants it. But I am empowered. I have value. But I'm going to give it away for free because it has no value. Which is it? Which the fuck is it? That's the problem. That's the math that ain't mathin'. That is the horseshit lie that women like this, and I understand that there is a patriarchal structure behind all of this. There's men showing up, there's men signing into OnlyFans. I get that. I fucking get that. All right, we're not here to change men. We can't change them. We can only look at our own behavior and our own culpability in this. And I see people hesitating to be like, bleh, this is disgusting, and really have a strong reaction to this because we want to be feminists. This is not motherfucking feminism. And I have said a million times, feminism is not it's not like one path. Well, it's being a trad wife. Well, it's never marrying. It's burning your bra. It's wearing a bra. It's whatever path you're on. That's great. Do you. If this makes you happy, great. What I have a problem with is her trying to dress up logic that is not logicking. I have so much value. I'm empowered. I have personal power. And yet, I will give this thing away. I will give away my power source for free to anyone. But I have the power, but I give it away, but I have it. Make it make sense. Feminism. That's not what this fucking is, okay? That's not what this is. This is consumption. These are piggies at a trough. That is not liberation. That is consumerism. What sexual liberation actually is discernment. Did you know that it was legal to rape your wife until I think the last 30 years? Like, it was like really recent. If you know more about this, please fact check me, but it was like after the 80s, the 1980s, not the 1880s, not like Queen Victoria's England. You could just rape your wife. Like, it wasn't a thing. You couldn't be like, my husband raped me. They're like, he's your husband. No. Like, marriage is blanket consent. So, sexual liberation means, excuse me, I get to choose. I get to choose who I have sex with. And maybe it's 3 dudes at once. And maybe it's my husband. And maybe the fuck it is not. Annie Knight did not choose which of these guys she fucked. She was gonna fucking blow anyone who walked through that door. How is that liberation? How is that power? How is that discernment? And you can say, but she chose to do that. Her discernment was at the beginning. Her discernment started and ended at the idea, you know, where she's like, this is what I want to do. I have discerned that I want to fuck any guy who comes through that door. Number one, no, you don't. You actually do not. You do not have 583 men you are attracted to come through that door. That is an insane, absurd statement. That's insane. Instead of reclaiming sexuality in a way that enhances intimacy and discernment and sensuality and true feminine power, and again, feminine power is no. The most feminine thing a woman says isn't always yes, yes, yes. It's no, no, no. I'm going to go be by myself. No, I'm not going to explain. No, I'm not going to give and give and give until I'm emptied out as a person. No. I know my value. I know my value. Instead of doing that, instead of reclaiming it in that way, she became spectacle. She became a performance just to go viral. Bitch, I wish you would have just said that. Be like, no, isn't this empowering? But it made you look. You're going to click. This is a freak show. Step right up. I'm the sexual P.T. Barnum. You know what? I would have so much more respect for her if she just did that. But all of these women doing these disgusting things, and I don't just mean in the realm of porn. I mean women like Blake Lively, who's shitting all over Justin Baldoni and scorching Taylor Swift. I empower. I want women to have a voice. Shut up. No, you don't. You want personal power. You want to dominate. Great. Just say so. Annie's stunt is about transactionality, pushing the boundaries just to go viral. Again, I don't see feminism in there. This also mimics abuse while calling itself liberation, okay? This is not empowerment. This is consumption. This is a man using a woman for something very one-dimensional, something to brag to his friends about. What fucking friends? What brag? And then moving on. I am pretty stocked up on how men harvest women's energy. Nope, I haven't had sex with 583 men in a day, okay? Pretty much not even close. But I have had a man gobble up my energy to deal with his mother. Or make all the appointments for therapy, right? And make sure he's on time. Did you get my Cal invite? Right? Or make sure that the house is beautiful, because we can never go to his house. He's always going to come to mine. And I curate an amazing, beautiful house, right? Or I'm his cheerleader. I'm the one who sees the potential. Have we not been there? So when we see Annie Knight do this, it kicks up something inside of us that is familiar. It's like this DNA generational print on us. And we're like, no, girl, no. We know this dynamic. We know what this is. We haven't experienced it like that. But the fact that you are purposely trying to experience this kind of using up this sponge energy from men, you're doing it on purpose, bitch. The world will hand it to you anyway. You don't need to go this hard. The world will deliver this same experience to you your entire life on a smaller scale. Men lining up to use you. You are not doing anything that none of us have seen before. I promise you. And you sure as fuck are not empowered. At least the rest of us have the good sense to look at these dynamics and call them like we see them. Abuse. Using us up. Degrading us. Funneling down everything that we are to one thing. One thing. And to you, Annie, it's your pussy. And guess what? To a lot of us, it's our pussy also. And we're all just a little bit tired of it. But hey, no, you've got to figure it out. You've got to figure it out. And the rest of us, wait, what are we? What was that word you used? What are we? We're jealous. We're jealous. I'm curious which gender she's talking about. Are the women jealous? The women are jealous. The women are jealous. Yeah. The women are jealous. It is a very dangerous thing to look at the people in your life who are giving you feedback and say you're just jealous. And the divification of women, which is the most toxic thing about like the feminist movement, is that anyone who says anything bad about you is jealous. They're just jealous. They're just a hater. They're just a jealous person. They're just being negative. Well, I mean, some people are. This is the rub. Yeah, some people literally are. Some people are coming at you with some receipts and some facts. You're 6 months from graduating from law school. Do not drop out. Okay? Nope. Do not marry the man who is in 60 grand in credit card debt and wants to be a Twitch streamer. Okay? Don't do that. That's not jealousy. That's accurate, apt feedback. That is what's known as the wisdom of the crowd. Okay? But no, we're just fucking jealous, right? Unless she's talking about the men. Men at large are jealous that they didn't get to fuck the girl that, anyone can fuck? So wait, I'm jealous that I didn't get to do the thing that I could do because there's no gatekeeping to doing it? What? Does she understand what the word jealousy means? Maybe she doesn't understand what the word means. Maybe she thinks it means something else. Does she mean horrified? She mean horrified? No man is jealous that he wasn't there. No, I mean, I think we should have rounded up those men and taken them some sort of camp. I don't know. We're not jealous, Annie, okay? No, none of us on any side of this aisle. That's not what it is. We're not repressed. We're not uptight. In fact, us sexy girls over here, we love sex. We're the most horrified. Do you know why? Because we are the most in touch with the value of sex. We know what it is. We know how to do it, right? We are Da Vinci's, Michelangelo's, Botticelli's. We are the great artists. And we are watching someone tear a painting to shreds. We know what it took to make that, okay? We understand value around here. Yeah, there's people who are just clutching their pearls, But when you have both sides of the aisle, when you have like the church ladies in Tennessee who've had sex once in missionary position and never again, when you have them and us like shaking hands, I mean like, yo, then it's bad, okay? It's real bad. It's real bad. Bad. Bad, 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 bad. You know what's sad? What she could have done, because she loves virgins. Like that's her thing. She loves to like fuck a guy who's a virgin and she'll like give them tips. Why don't you use your OnlyFans to do sex tutorials? I have literally thought about doing this. Ran it by the guy I was dating, didn't actually, wasn't into it, weirdly. But I'm like, we were talking about this on the Paris trip. I'm like, I would only ever do an OnlyFans, but I would do like, here is how you have sex. Here is how you give a blowjob. Like, with the people, doing it. And I think that's a really good idea. And I think it's very needed. Like there's a hole in the market for that. Like no one is like teaching these things, you know, unless you're like a geisha or something like that. You just don't learn these things. Like you learn from your girlfriends, like bits and pieces. What if there was like, okay, this is the video. This is the video. Because I know what I'm doing. Why didn't she do that? Why didn't she do a whole tutorial for like virgin guys? Like, hey, here's how to go down on a woman. Here's how to go down on a woman. Here's how to do this. Here's how to do that. I would have so much respect for that. Like that, great. Great, you're performing in front of people, which you like to do. Okay, I perform in front of people. I get it. You want your message out there. And you're just doing the sex, which you also really like to do. Great. I don't understand the point of these kinds of stunts. And let's be honest, that's what they are. This is a sexual carnival. This is a fucking freak show. There is no point to it besides the stunt. It glamorizes being consumed. If this is not pick me mentality made physical, I do not know what is. How incredibly sad. What a waste. What a waste. And notice I didn't say anywhere in this video who would want to marry her. I mean, someone is marrying her, but like, I'm not looking at this through the lens of like what man would ever legitimately want her, because, you know, we're not looking at bettering ourselves just to get picked by a man, right? It's not like, girls, go have a good job because guys will like you. Go do this because guys will like you. That might be a natural byproduct, which is great. Who doesn't want to be likable to your target audience? That's fine. But it's more than that. That's not the whole raison d'etre. That's not the whole reason we're doing everything in our lives. Every guy I talk to about this, and I talk to like almost every guy I know. I was like, hey, we haven't talked in 6 months. What do you think of this? And they all said the same thing. What man is going to want her? What man is going to want her? And I was like, well, tell me more about that. Is it just a matter of body count? And if so, like, what is the ideal body count? And they all said the same thing. They all said the same thing, which touches back to what I said in the beginning about the meaning of a slut. He's like, the guys were like, it's not about how many people you slept with, it's about why. If you just got out of a long relationship and you're like in a hoe phase and you sleep with 3 guys in a year, okay. I'm like, 3? Okay, pastor, like, but whatever. That was their feeling. Okay, fine, you're entitled to your own opinion. Don't come after me. They're like, if you're doing it, they're like, it's so obvious she's doing this because something is really wrong with her. Like something is like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of trauma. She's pretty fucked up. She should probably get that looked at instead of boning 600 dudes. Couldn't have said it better myself. I know that the pushback to all of this is always going to be like, well, something is probably very wrong with her. Like something very bad happened to her. I think that's pretty obvious. Like, yeah, I know that this is going to be a controversial opinion, but we have got to stop normalizing any type of behavior is fine because trauma. Because trauma. They can shoot up a school, trauma. They can fuck 500 guys, trauma. You know what? No. You need to get your shit together. We are living in the golden age of mental health help. We really are, all right? You can do it on an app. You can do it on your phone. You can listen to podcast books. It's free half the time. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to watch people engage in insane and extreme behavior because trauma and it's okay. when the rest of us have trauma and we're not like just spraying it all over the population. I've had plenty of bad things happen to me. Okay, plenty. And I handle it. I deal with it. I peel it back. Is it easy? Is it fun? No. But is it effective? Yes. Yes. And when I see people who are letting their traumas run amok, I get like annoyed at their arrogance almost, or their just like childlike entitlement to do whatever they want because trauma. Fuck you. A lot of people have been through whatever it is you've been through, Annie, and I don't know, but I do know that not every kid who was blank went on to be like this. Sorry, school shooter, you didn't have a dad, I didn't either, okay? I turned out fine because I decided I was gonna turn out fine. I'm not here for it anymore. I'm not here for this, the canonization of anyone who's been through anything where they can act absolutely insane and we all have to stand there and clap. Good for them, they're insane, yay. It's fine, they went through something. I'm not here for it. Sorry, everyone needs to toughen the fuck up a little bit. Or like, you don't have to. I'm not saying suppress anything. Go handle it, deal with it. And according to Annie, she's being authentic. I'm living authentically. But that's the issue, girl. I believe you when you say that. The problem is your authenticity is fueled by insanity, AKA trauma. A rabid animal, they're authentically foaming at the mouth, but they're foaming at the mouth because they're sick, because they're infected with something. Do you see what I mean? That's the difference. Like, just because, well, this is authentic, that we have to stop asking ourselves, am I being authentic? Who gives a fuck? Are you being healthy? Are you being healthy? That needs to supersede authenticity. Are you being healthy and reasonably normal? And I don't mean, oh, you just have to be in this little box, keep sweet. I mean, it's not normal by a psychological standard, any one that you choose, to fuck 600 people in a day. Not even 60, actually, as it turns out. I don't want to hear that someone who's being demented is authentic, so it's just fine. Fuck your authenticity. Fuck your authenticity. So in sum, no, this is not empowerment. Empowerment means having the freedom to say yes or no. That's not what she was peddling. That's not what she was peddling. And I guess that's not what any sex worker is peddling. You know, it's like whoever comes up on that cam, you're going to interact with them. But you are giving less of yourself. Also, if you're a cam girl, you're fucking charging for it, right? That's what I'm talking about. Her doing this for free. And yeah, you could say like, well, she's making money on the OnlyFans on the back end. The back end. Wait till that little stunt happens, I'm sure. She's got that in the pipeline. Do you get it? Pipeline? Sorry. I don't know. Just strikes me as really, really sad. Really sad. I'm sure you guys are going to have a lot to say. I'm sure you will say it more eloquently than I did. I'm sure you won't be freaking out and getting your blood pressure up. What do you have to say about this? Do you look at her and you're like, you know what? Hey, she's not hurting anybody. She's hurting herself. She's hurting herself, okay? I'm not going to say, oh, she's setting a bad standard for women. I don't think she's affecting any woman. I don't think there's any woman out there who's like, I was going to carry on and being normal. Mind if I go insane? I don't know that that's going to happen. Is she going to inspire like Bonnie Blue to just, who even knows? They're in this weird demented club of like sexual circus freak shows. But she's hurting herself. And like, I do wonder, maybe the answer is yes, maybe it's no. Do we as a society have the obligation as the tribe to be like, no. I think that we do because she's invoking our tribe. She is invoking the tribe of women saying, I'm liberated. This is empowerment. Excuse me. Hey, eyes over here. No. And if you are claiming our clique, I think we can be like, this is not part of our mission statement around here. I don't know. But, or Am I uptight? And is this a case of live and let live? I mean, yeah, of course. I've never said at any time during this video, oh, this should be illegal. Lock her up. Let's stone her to death. She's dirty. I don't think any of those things. I don't think any of those things. What I think is that this is really fucking sad. It's such a waste. It's such a waste of anything else that this girl might be. She seems fairly well spoken. She's very cute. Got a great body. Like, and this is all you thought you could do with yourself. But hey, you bought a watch. That's great. You know what time it is. It's cock clock. Ladies, step right up. Read my Substack, Eat, Pray, Love. Come with me to the French Riviera and to Italy. We've got some spaces left on those trips. And if you need some friends, come to the Shallon Entourage. We got you. 5 bonus videos a week. Plus, we've got an upcoming course on friendship breakups. So if you really need some friends, if you're going through that, in the meantime, come join us. Get involved in our community. We've got hundreds of girls from all over the world, 30 group chats. It's just a really amazing, warm, inclusive community. And we do talk a lot about sex. Like a lot. All right, guys, I will see you next time. We're gonna be back talking about Justin Bieber and Hailey's Vogue cover and his very bizarre thing that he said. Plus, like I said, we've got a video on Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, their friendship collapse, and how you can deal with a friendship betrayal in your own life. I'll see you later, Shalligators. Mwah!